Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first broadcast. We are live Monday, uh, May 20th, 2014, and I am here to discuss what exactly is wrong with World Wrestling Entertainment right now. Raw just got done a couple hours ago, and I've been sitting here thinking to myself how disgusted I was with the broadcast from London, and more importantly, how disgusted the people were that sat in the crowd at London during the show. And we're going to kind of go over a major discussion topic that has gotten many people thinking exactly what is going on. And I'm going to go on the topic of John Cena. Now, I know there are John Cena haters and I know there are John Cena followers. Truth be told, I am neither. I don't care for John Cena, but I don't hate the guy. He's done a lot of good things, but I can also talk him down just as fast as well. So just be it known that for all you wrestling fans out there who think that I am hating on Cena, I am not hating on Cena. Cena's done a wonderful job. I'm hating on the company for what they have done to John Cena. And tonight we saw John Cena appear at the beginning when the Wyatt family was talking with the London crowd for the first time. And we saw John Cena come in through the crowd. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, of course, went to the Titantron when his music was hit and came through the crowd, and he gave the attitude adjustment to Bray Wyatt. Lately, building up off of this, John Cena has been in a feud with Bray Wyatt, we all know, and with Bray Wyatt's new motto of the whole world in our hands, it's kind of given that kind of a heelistic quality to John Cena, and as Bray Wyatt is taking Cena's fans from him, he's actually becoming more alone, and Bray Wyatt is growing. So what the WWE is actually doing here is they are actually making Bray somewhat of a face character through his heelistic qualities. He is getting the crowd to go along with him in this fight against John Cena. Now, I like Bray Wyatt, and I'll tell you why. It goes off of what the WWE has done to John Cena. John Cena, since probably 2004, 2005, he's had this hustle, loyalty, and respect motto, and due to his growth within the WWE, he has ascended to new heights. He is a 15-time champion right now, and that also bothers me because within one more title reign, he has tied Ric Flair, and one more in his career, he will have beaten Ric Flair, and that bothers me on a couple different levels. We'll get into that discussion in another podcast here. But anyway, so John Cena is what many of the IWC call a superhero, and we'll go into how exactly he is a superhero. He talks about his hustle, loyalty, and respect aspect. But the thing about the superhero thing is the majority of his fans are children. And since the WWE went PG following the mishaps of Eddie Guerrero back in 2005, we've seen quite a scenery change in the WWE. Now we have John Cena, who's at the top of this ladder and has stayed at the top of this ladder for the children. Now that the WWE is targeting more of a children crowd instead of adult crowd of the old Attitude Era, they kind of need one to always look up to save them from when things are going wrong. And I have a problem with this because superheroes aren't real. So, with that being said, the only superheroes that children should really see are their parents, because the parents' jobs is to support the children and to make them see what is right and what is wrong. Someone is not just going to drop by and save the day in the event that you make a bad decision or a bad situation occurs. And that is what the WWE is teaching these kids, that no matter what, superheroes will prevail, and be that as it may in a comic book and in a movie, in real life that is not the case. Many people die per day, and as far as John Cena goes, John Cena having the superhero quality of always kicking out, never tapping out, rarely losing matches, is kind of far-fetched. And even though it is a strong base for the children, it's not a strong base for the rest of the wrestling community. And that has deterred me from going to shows now for 3 or 4 years. And even though that's my own problem, but everyone gets tired of the same old stuff. And John Cena right now is the same old stuff. John Cena could go heel, could change the complete scenery of World Wrestling Entertainment. There are so many untapped storylines that could come from John Cena going heel. The people he could feud with John Cena being the bad guy. First things first about John Cena being the bad guy, his mic skills would improve. Some people would argue with me that his mic skills are fine. John Cena's mic skills are not very strong. He goes out every night and he says the same things over and over again. The champ is here, hustle, loyalty, and respect. You can't see me. It's the same things over and over again. It's like he rehearses them every night before he goes out. And when he comes out, he always talks to the children. He doesn't direct it towards the adults. He always talks to the crowd that is going to give him the most pop. And honestly, the crowd that gives him the most pop are the adults, because the adults are booing him because we are tired of seeing him. So finally, I think the WWE is kind of seeing that with the Bray Wyatt whole world in his hands kind of gimmick. They're kind of pushing the wrestling community against John Cena in that sense, and we all know what's going to happen. 99.9% chance John Cena will beat Bray Wyatt in the Payback pay-per-view event coming up in Chicago. But ultimately, that's the thing that saddens me being a wrestling fan more than anything, is that no one can really get over on John Cena until it's time for John Cena to start to pass the torch. John Cena's in his mid to late 30s now, but on the other hand, John Cena's still in great physical condition. He works hard for us. He tries to come back as quick as he can when he gets injured, but only when he's ready. And that result is, unfortunately, we still have to see him as much. We have to see the same old character all the time. Going back to the WWF, WWE days, we see, Stone Cold, The Rock, Mankind, Undertaker, Chris Jericho, Triple H, all these guys who could go face heel, face heel, face heel, heel face, heel face. They could do that to create new storylines, because there were so many people that were in the main event slot. There was no argument whether The Rock was the bad guy and Triple H was the good guy, or Triple H was the good guy, Stone Cold was the bad guy. It didn't make a difference, because there was so much that the WWF at that time could work with. Here in the WWE now, we see in this PG era, we see John Cena on top of this mountain, and the only other person that was somewhat close to beating John Cena in this particular era was definitely CM Punk, and CM Punk kind of got tired of the crap and finally decided to leave the company too. So here we are with John Cena on this mountain of superstars, and the other superstars don't even reach the icy glacier at the top. So being a John Cena supporter, being a John Cena hater isn't the point here. The point that I want to bring up is, what can the WWE do to save themselves from the Superman that is John Cena? Now we are starting to see the climate change of the WWE, the new superstars coming in and trying to make a name for themselves. Well, unfortunately, there's only really one guy right now that you can make a name for yourself off of, and that's John Cena. Back in the WWF days, you could pick The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, Mankind, Chris Jericho, The Undertaker, all those people, many people, to make a name off of yourself. And now everybody has to go to John Cena, because John Cena has to be the one to pass the torch. Why they did this, I'll never understand. But let's talk about this for a while. Comments on the video below would be much appreciated. I know I'm probably going to get some heat from my horrible mask, but that's okay. I'll take heat to best anyway. So let's talk wrestling here, and let's see if we can get ourselves known. I've seen this voice of the voiceless thing, and that CM Punk did, and it really didn't strike me very well, especially now that CM Punk decided to leave the WWE for his own personal reasons. Ultimately, the WWE isn't listening to us. The WWE put Daniel Bryan as champion when he was on his low side of his peak, when he should have been champion when he was on the high side of his peak. They tried to stretch everything out, and they gave him the belt at WrestleMania. They should have given him the belt at SummerSlam, had him lose the belt legitimately, and then build a rivalry up to SummerSlam in which he was getting it back. Not make Daniel Bryan a two-time champion all in under a 24-hour period and then disappear from the company, or and then disappear from the title picture for a while, try to get his title picture back, and then finally win it at WrestleMania. He's on the low point of the scale there. So, my question to you, what can the WWE do to save themselves from what they have made John Cena become? It's not John Cena's fault. That's why I say I don't hate on John Cena, but I do not support John Cena either, and that is the WWE's fault that I don't support John Cena. What can they do to save themselves from John Cena? Comment below. Thanks for watching. I'll have a new one up soon. Have a great night.